Hey guys, I am back to show you a quick and easy treat box. This was part of my live online exclusive workshop, but my camera decided to stop working. So I am just popping back on real quick to show you an idea for a really quick and easy treat box. So what I'm going to be using is some of our online exclusive. Here is the hostess code. It will also be listed in the comments here. So if you want to order, if you order using this host code, everyone who orders will get a free gift from me. So, but the tools we're going to be using today, we've got the Irresistible Blooms, which is part of our online exclusive. You can visit that, see that on my website. Okay. So we're going to use that, and you can pop onto my online exclusives live that I just finished up. If you would like to see the first part of the workshop, this is going to be just a really quick treat box. So let me show you how we're going to make this. I've got a piece of Petal Pink. Whoops. Now it's going to be all blurry. I've got a little piece of white, a couple scraps of white, and then I've got a piece of Designer Series paper. So I would use this Designer Series paper, but right now it's not available for purchase, but it will come back and it's beautiful. So I'm just going to use some of our celebration that just went out, some of our celebration Designer Series paper. Now this piece of cardstock you can see is just 5.5 by 8.5, and I scored it at 4 1/4, like a regular card. Okay, just like a regular card. The only difference with this is I'm going to, I marked the middle, which is 2 3/4. See a little pencil mark on each side. So I just marked the middle of this, which is 2 3/4, and the middle of that. Okay. So now what we're going to do is we're going to take our scoring blade, set this aside, on our trimmer. Okay. And I am going to line up this score line with the pencil mark that I made. Okay. So this score line is marked, is matched up with that on my scoring line. So I'm just going to go ahead and score back and forth. Okay. Now I'm going to turn it, and I'm going to match up this score line to the pencil line again. Just be backwards here a little bit. So score line, or pencil line to score line. Then I'm going to turn it around and do the same thing. Okay, I've got a pencil line here that marked the middle, and I've got my score line here. Sorry, pencil line, score line. Okay, and score, and flip it and do the same thing. Pencil line, score line, line it up. Okay, so now we've got that. Let me show you how easy this is going to go together. While we got this out, I'm just going to go ahead and take my Designer Series paper, and we are going to, I've marked, this is, this piece is like 2 3/4 by 3 3/4. 3 3/4, no, 4 3/4 by 3 3/4. Okay, so 4 3/4 by 3 3/4. Okay, and then I marked the middle, which is 2 3/8. And we're going to do the same thing we kind of did with the previous one, but we're going to cut this time. So I'm just going to cut from this corner to my pencil line. Okay. And then I'm going to flip it over, and I'm going to cut from the pencil line down to the corner. Okay. Just like that. This is just going to be our layering piece. Okay. So while I had my cutter out, I figured I might as well just do that. Okay, now watch how easy this is going to go together. Forgot to grab my punch. I just have a punch here. So go ahead and fold on the score, middle score. Fold on your score lines. Okay, these are just all the ones that we just scored. Sorry about that. And look, triangle treat box. already. How fun is that? Triangle treat box. That's all we did. You can make this any size, any size. So let's just go ahead and decorate just a little bit. So I'm just going to go ahead and add some liquid glue to put my DSP on, my designer series paper. And it layers on there really nice. Right like that. You can erase your pencil lines if you need to. Then to actually put the box together, you're just going to loop the sides together like this. Use your punch, whatever size punch you have. Punch a hole. Flip it over on the other side. I usually make sure that the front piece is on the top, but you don't have to. It doesn't really matter. And it doesn't have to line up exactly. Okay. So there's that. And I'm just going to take a little piece of ribbon. I've just got some iridescent ribbon here. And did I not bring a scissors? Oh my goodness. I wish I crafted at this desk, you know? I wish my computer desk was the same as my crafting desk, but it's not. So let me just use these janky ones. So then to put this box together, you're just going to put it through the first one and then loop it through the second one. Okay. Put it through the back one, the same one that you just did, and then through the top one, which would be the front. Okay. And then when you pull it tight, it makes a box. Fill it with whatever treats you want. Label it up like that. How cute is that? How simple. I know. And you can make these any size. So if you want to use a full sheet of cardstock, you can use a full sheet of cardstock. Just score it in half and then find your halfway points and score it to the top. Okay. Let's go ahead and embellish this just a little bit more, or we could just leave it like this. But I did have some embossing that I wanted to do for you. So let's go ahead and show you a little bit of embossing. We're going to set this aside. We're going to just do, I haven't done embossing for a long time. So I'm just going to go ahead and use our Versamark. This is a pad that stays sticky a little bit longer. It doesn't dry right away. And we're going to use our white powder. I've got an embossing buddy, which is just like a little pillow. And I've got our little embossing tray. We have new trays and I do need to splurge and get myself a new tray, but I have not yet splurged and got myself a new tray, but I deserve it. I should have one. So the first thing we're going to do is I'm going to use the white. This white is what we're going to emboss on. So I'm going to use my embossing buddy. If you don't have an embossing buddy, you can actually use a used dryer sheet. So there's a tip for you. If you don't have an embossing buddy, use your dryer sheet. I'm going to use my Versamark because I'm going to want to pour powder on. I'm going to use big flower. Let's use the little flower. Oh my goodness. These things stick so well. Sometimes you need a little bit of help getting them off. And I want to do a leaf. So let me do those. Set that aside. This is my Take-A-Pick tool. And I'm going to see if I can fit both of these. Yep, this will fit on there. You betcha. Okay, so then we're going to use our Versamark. We've already embossing buddied. This pad has no color. Okay, you're just going to stamp it down and you're not going to see anything. You might see a little bit of a design on there, but not much. So we went ahead and stamped both of those with our Versamark. We're going to pour in our white. Okay, kind of run it around a little bit so it's all over. And then I think you can kind of see where it is. Yeah. Okay, just kind of shake it off a little bit. Set it aside. Put your powder back in your tray or in your little container. There is a brush that comes with this too. I just Didn't bring the brush so you could brush all this stuff down. I will do that off of camera so you don't have to watch me do that. Okay. And we'll set these aside. I'll clean those later. So now what we're going to do is we need to heat this so that it becomes permanent. So I've got my embossing tool. Okay. Heat gun, embossing tool, heat tool. So just going to go ahead and heat this up until it turns shiny. Hopefully you can see it on camera. I'm not for sure how well you'll be able to see it. But it will turn nice and shiny. Yeah, there you go. You know, it turns shiny all of a sudden. Just make sure it all is shiny. Hopefully you can see that. Make sure you get it all. Isn't that cool? I love embossing. When I very first started stamping, that is what got me. My friend Deb Shetler, she embossed with gold, and it was amazing. When you do it with gold, it's a lot more vivid, of course, than with the white. But with this project, I wanted to do some resist technique. So I just want to kind of show you how we're going to go ahead and finish this now. Is I'm going to use my Blushing Bride Stampin' Pad. Open it up at the end there, and we're just going to use, this is a little baby blending brush. We're just going to start in the middle and kind of work our way out to add a little bit of color. Look how pretty that is. Isn't that neat? Okay, and then we're going to do the same with the leaves. This is what our bigger blending brush looks like. So this is a baby one. This is a bigger one. Just kind of tap it in there. Isn't that fun? It's called Emboss Resist. Okay, so we'll set all of that stuff aside, except for my dimensionals. I'll probably need those. Let me set this aside so it doesn't get in our way. Now what we're going to do is we are going to go ahead and cut those out with those dies. I'm going to use my mini boss again. And missing a plate. Here we go. And where are my dies? Here are my dies. So then here are the dies, and we're going to use the smaller flower and the leaf that goes with that. Okay, so let me show you. On here, I look at these two little bumps. So whatever works for you. You saw how I did the other one. But mine, on this one, I just do the two little bumps. And that's how I kind of line mine up, with the little bumps. And then you use this. It's a little bit hard for me to do because I'm away from it. There we go. Okay, put this down, and then we're going to do the leaf. Oh, well, a lot of good you did, mister. Line you back up again. And I'll put it on this side then. Yes? Are you sticking? I probably need to get new ones. Probably need to get ones that have more sticky on them. Okay. And here's the leaf one. Oh, dang it. Let me put this one on. Okay, you're there. Are you there? There. Put it on here. Sandwich it. Get it sent through. Oh, there we go. There we go. Okay, take these off. Automatically cuts it out. Isn't that fun? That's why I like to do the, it's a lot easier to do the blending brush when it's on a bigger piece of paper. I'm going to throw all these stupid little guys away because I need new ones. Okay, so there we have our flower. And let me show you how we're just going to finish this off. So we've got this. I have a little piece of just plain white paper, and I think I'm going to use just the hello in this stamp set. Okay, it's just in the same stamp set that I had, and maybe the little leaves from there. They have a little leaf here. So let me clean off my blocks real quick. Hopefully, guys, you are enjoying your Saturday, and hopefully you guys can tune into my other video so you can see the first part of the workshop before the camera broke. So we'll do this and this. So I'm just going to go back to those same pads that we just used. The pink, the petal pink, and the Pear Pizzazz. I'm going to stamp the hello kind of right here in the petal pink, and I'm going to stamp my leaves. Stamp a couple little leaves here. Kind of turn it cute. Okay. Now I'm just going to use that punch that I had. This little punch. Come here, guys. This little punch, and I'm just going to punch a little tail here. This is, I cut it at 1 inch. Cuts that cute little tail. I love our punches. They work really good. Okay, so now to finish off our box, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and place this little guy. I'm going to go ahead and glue him down because I want him nice and flat against here. Sorry, off the camera. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and put him right here. Stick down there, buddy. Stay. And then I'm going to use the Stampin' Dimensionals on my roses. The same way that I showed you to do the other one is how I'm going to do this. Just decide where you want your leaves. I'm going to go ahead and put this. Don't move around. I'm going to go ahead and place this like here. So I kind of want the leaf to be right here. So when I turn it over, I'm going to go ahead and place my Stampin' Dimensional right there. First of all, to hold that leaf in place, and then put a couple extra ones to hold everything in place. Okay. And pick those off. Okay. So I'm just going to go ahead and layer that right there. And maybe put a little bit of glue because that's kind of flapping up a little bit. Let's put a little bit of glue right under there. There we go. Okay. There you go. Well, you could add embellishments now if you would like. Isn't that pretty? Look how shiny that embossing is. You can untie it, fill it with whatever treats you want. Remember, this is the host code. Everybody who places an order today using that host code with me will earn a free prize. Okay, thanks for tuning in. I'm sorry that the whole workshop didn't work out, but hopefully maybe you enjoyed this little triangle treat box. It's really, really fast and easy, and have fun. Send me some pictures of what your creations are. Bye, guys. Have a great weekend.